The world is undergoing the largest swell of urban growth in record. More than half of the world's inhabitants now live in cities and townships, and by 2030 this figure will increase to about 5 billion, causing massive environmental, economic and social transformations. Urbanization is accompanied by several challenges stood by the concentration of inhabitants in major cities, environmental squalor causing subsequent lack of essential facilities, fall of water quality, difficulties in solid waste management, air pollution and climate change. Today, India is one of the world's fastest growing economies and increasingly, an industrial and service-oriented economy. The rise in the number of urban dwellers has contributed to the slum growth. These slums are characterized by overcrowding, poor housing, low incomes, a lack of sanitation and safe water and physical and legal insecurity. The shanty towns, due to the lack of the essential infrastructure, also result in critical impacts on the environment. They are also perceived as breeding grounds for social subjects such as crime, drug dependency and extreme rates of psychological illness. Furthermore, they project high rates of illness due to starvation, unsanitary conditions and absence of basic health care. Slums have become an unavoidable reality, and although there are various slum upgradation programs and approaches to address the urban poverty dilemma, the number of slum dwellers continue to grow and the problem is expected to become worse. To resolve which, the emerging trends in sustainable development habits aim to ease the social, economic and environmental impact of buildings. The aim of the project is to devise an architectural design intervention, as a living solution for the welfare of the slum dwellers, by implementation of the 3 sustainability principles. The objectives include assessment of the living conditions of the slum dwellers and identification of their requirements. Proposition of design principles that ensure social well-being of the dwellers. And advocacy of strategies that corroborate environmental and economic sustainability and parallel and holistic development. The site is a 10 acres land, in Kirti Nagar, owned by the Delhi Development Authority. It is accessible by the Kirti Nagar Road, via Ring Road. One can also reach to the site via the Pink Line metro. It carries 2 JJ clusters with 2,604 households at present. The Tuna Beti, Lakamandi slum, has been taken up for improvement, at priority, by the Delhi Urban Shelter Improvement Board and Delhi Development Authority under the slum rehabilitation program of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. The slum does not lie on forest land. Hence, the possibility of in situ slum rehabilitation remains. The Tuna Beti, Lakamandi slum in Kirti Nagar is a closely packed site carrying poor quality dwelling units and lack of basic maintenance. A site of theft, unsanitary conditions and lack of basic healthcare, the slum is at priority for rehabilitation. Vulnerable to natural and man-made hazards, Tuna Beti slum has seen multiple fires break out in the past. Lying in seismic zone 4, the site is also prone to earthquakes. The inspiration of the project ideology and concept is derived from the 3 components here as the user and activities, sociability and interaction, and sustainability disciplines. The intended highlights of the project include social relevance, stakeholder participation, user-centric and sustainable design, use of innovative technology, disaster resilience, and universal access. The design has been devised keeping in mind the stakeholder requirements and the applicable bylaws. The design includes the rehabilitation housing with semi-private open spaces, a vocation-based skill development workshop, a multi-purpose hall along with a daycare and healthcare facility, and an elementary school. The design has been translated as follows.